Hey everyone. Today I've been tasked with responding to a question that I got. Um, should I sleep with this married person because they want to sleep with me? Uh, this is sort of you could call it a moral dilemma because you know that going through with something like this could potentially hurt someone else. So, is it your duty to watch out for that person's well-being, this person that you don't know? Is there some type of underlying reason why they would venture out of their marriage to do things like this? Um, how would you feel if you were to be married and your partner were to do something like this to you? Those are all very important questions. Another important question to ask yourself is, would what are your chances of getting hurt by the partner of the person that you're planning on sleeping with? That's one of the main things. You need to really examine this situation and think about yourself. You need to weigh the risks with the rewards. If you're not going to look at it as a moral issue, which it doesn't need to be. Some people will look at it as a moral issue. It's like, oh no, that's desecrating the sanctity of their marriage. I wouldn't do that. I would avoid that. And the other side, some people would say, go ahead, screw it. I mean, like, you only live once. But it's something, I think that it's something that you need to think about and weigh your options. Because there's pros and cons with most things. I mean, there's some things that are just purely wrong. But, I mean, is it your responsibility to uphold their marriage? This person is obviously out there looking for something extramarital. And they're going to end up with someone. I mean, it could be you. But at the same time, you should really think of your safety, because it can get really sticky when you're dealing with someone that's already in some type of a relationship. Cheating is a very harmful thing. It can hurt really bad, and you just really need to think about every little angle of this. I'm not like saying to do it or don't do it. It's just you need to see what the best option is for you if you're thinking of yourself. Which you should. It's important to think of yourself now and again so that you have the best things in your life. If this is something that you just want to be with short term, then, I mean, it's possible. You could get away with doing this. But if you want this long term, if you somehow... I mean, I'm not saying that this is like what you want, but if that marriage separates and then you continue to see this person, the chances of them doing that to you, even if you're in just even in like a relationship, just any kind of relationship where you're sexually active with this person, who's to say that they wouldn't do the same thing to you and go seek out other people? These are just all things to think about. Is that someone that you would want to engage in that? It depends on how you weigh sex. If it's just this thing that you can obtain and it feels good, then, I mean, why not? Who cares about the sanctity of their marriage? But if it's something that you feel is personal and special, then obviously you like wouldn't do that. I mean, there's just too much risk involved. The spouse of that person could find out, and they could either do nothing, they could go after their spouse, or they could go after you, or some combination of the last two. And either way is not safe. If the spouse is some type of authority figure, or like a police officer, for example, oh man, they can get away with a lot. And they've got the resources, which is scary. And you just really need to look out for yourself. because you're an adult, and there's nothing anyone can say to prevent you or to make you do this. This is your choice. But you should think about all the possibilities and what this really means for you and what this really means for the person that you would like to engage in these acts with. So that's just a little opinion on it. I mean, it could turn out fine. You could be with this person, and then it's great, and then you never speak with her or him again. I mean, but you do run the risk of getting involved with another party that you hadn't planned on, and that could lead to death. All right, good night.